Welcome back to another modern house tutorial. Now this house tutorial is actually pretty easy to build, and make sure if you're having any trouble, just look at the reference images that I'm about to show you, because this is what I use to actually build this house and build this tutorial myself. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the tutorial. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with some smooth quartz block. We're going to start by building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then filling that in right there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. Then we're going to fill that in. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to use this and we're going to fill this in all along the way. So we're going to fill this in all along the edge here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like this. Then we're just going to fill this all the way in. So we're going to keep going across and just filling this in until we have a square that is as long as this and as long as this. So we're going to keep filling this in just like this. So now that that is done, you can see we got a nice little square going very, very well. So on the edge of our square, what we want to do is you want to build 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we want to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we want to do now is we want to get ourselves on the edge right here. Okay. On the edge right here, what we want to do is you want to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we want to double that up just like that. And then what we want to do on the edge here is we want to add 2 more blocks on the bottom and on the top like that. Then what we want to do now is we want to take our oak slabs and build on the edge. So 1, 2, just like around the edge. Then here we want to build around the edge, and then here again we want to build around the edge just like that. So you want it to be all the way slanting, and then if you've done it right, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side. So as you guys can see there, what we're going to do here as well is we're going to add ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. So there we go. All you guys can see right here, what we're going to do is 1, 2, and that's 2. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to finish off this pool. So over here, what we're going to do is we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to continue this all the way along here. Then we're going to add ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. So in total, that should be 6 blocks. Then what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, it doesn't really matter because as long as it's the same length as the front. So this interior here is the pool. In the middle here, what we want to do is you want to just add whatever. I usually am going to add some smooth quartz because it looks nice along the bottom of the pool. So as you guys can see right there, things look absolutely brilliant. Then what we now need to do is we now need to come over to the edge right here and add 1, 2, 3, 4. Then over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Then what we need to add over here is we need to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. So 4 along here and 6 along here. And don't forget, you can refer to the pictures that I put up at the start if you ever manage to get confused. Now we're going to come over here and do a 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then what we want to do over here is we want to add a final pillar all the way up like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. But on this last pillar, we're going to add an extra 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 3 blocks along here and 4 blocks up here. Now around the edge of this, what we want to do is you want to add black stained glass panes all the way around here, just like that. And that is what that should look like. Now what we want to do is add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. And that should perfectly line up with this. Now, what we need to do is we need to come over here on this block right here, this last block, as you guys can see. We want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then on this final block here, it should be lined up with this right here. You want to build all the way up, okay, until you see that it lines up with this. Then you basically just want to connect this all the way across, just like that, as you guys can see. Now, from the edge, okay, what we want to do is we want to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the 5th one here, we're going to build this out by 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then what we want to do over here, okay, is you can basically line it up with this block, or you can count 9 blocks from the edge. Come over to here, look at this one, come to this block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it should be in line with the bottom, and then just join it up like this. There we go, as you can all see. And then what we now want to do is every 2 blocks, so 1, 2, place a block, 1, 2, place a block, and then just build it across. There we go. Like that. As you guys can see, that looks pretty amazing. Now what we want to do on the edge right here, okay, is we want to build ourselves some fences. So not on the direct edge, but on this edge right here. 1, 2, 3. Then on the edge here, 1, 2, 3. And that should be that part right there. So now that that is done, that is the majority of the house. We want to do this right here, black stained glass planes all the way around the edge, like this, like that. So there we go. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure, okay, that on the edge right here, we add some more blocks. So we want to add 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Then what we want to do is we want to build up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we want to do is add ourselves 1, 2, just like that, as you guys can see right there. So that is pretty nice. And so far, this is exactly where we want the house to be. So now we're going to move on to the next part. And the next part is basically just making sure that on this underneath area here, what we want to do is we want to add ourselves a bunch of wood. So what we want to do, starting from here, okay, we want to, you know, on the edge right here, we want to build across all the way with our oak wood like this, okay? And then on this, and then in this inside area right here, we just want to add ourselves oak planks. So now that that is done, what we now need to do is we now need to build the next part of the build, because the first main part of the build is completely finished. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and do the right side of the build. Now for the right side of the build, it's pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and add 1, 2, 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3. Then along the bottom of this one from here, okay, we're going to count, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we're going to make sure it's 14 that we added on, but in total it should be 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in total. Then we build this all the way down to the ground, and then we are going to connect these up. But when we come to here, what we're going to do is we're going to build a wall down from here. So we're going to build a wall down like this, and then all of this is going to be filled in with smooth quartz. So just build this in with smooth quartz, but leave this right here empty, because that is exactly like it is on the other side over there. So fill this in with smooth quartz just like that. As you guys can see, that is how that should look. Then on the middle right here, what we want to do is add 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then what we're going to do over here, in fact, we're not going to do that just yet. Don't want to confuse you guys. On the back end, what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Then what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that we continue on with this build. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go on to the back part of the house. So for the back part of the house, we're going to make sure that we continue this build on right here. And what we're going to do, okay, is we are going to continue on with this build by adding ourselves this part right here. So we're going to add ourselves, just like at the top here, 2 blocks, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So that's 4 across. And then in the middle right here, we're going to add ourselves black stained glass planes, just like this. There we go. There we go. Brilliant. Okay. And then now what we're going to do right here is we're going to add ourselves an extension of these blocks. So now that's done, we're going to build a wall up on this part right here. So a wall just of smooth quartz. Then we're going to extend this wall out by 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. And then extend this out like this. There we go. There we go. Extend the wall out. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead now and build this across by 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But if we count this in total, it should be 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 in total all the way along the bottom right here. And then what we want to do is along the bottom right here, we're going to place ourselves another layer. So we're going to place another layer of smooth quartz all the way along, just double it up again, just like that. And then what we want to do is we want to place ourselves a oak slab, and we want to place it 1, 2, 3, 4. Then along here, we want to place 1, 2, 3, 4. Then along the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Then along the back part right here, we're going to add ourselves 1, 2, just like that. And then what we now need to do is we now need to go over to this point right here and add ourselves 1, 2, 1, 2, and add glass panes on the edge, just like that. So now in this middle bit right here, we're going to add ourselves a wood. So what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves oak planks all the way along here, along this edge, like this, and then add ourselves oak planks all the way along this edge like this. So as you guys can see, now that that is done, we're going to add ourselves a wall going up here. So we're going to build this up to the normal height of the rest of the blocks. So then we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Then what we're going to do, okay, is we're going to come quickly over to here, get ourselves some stairs. So come over to right onto the edge right here, build yourself 2 stairs, 1 and 2. Then what we're going to do is we're going to join this point with that point, and we're going to use smooth quartz all the way, just like that. So now that that is joined up, that looks pretty awesome. Then what we now need to do is we now need to add some space for the door area and some other stuff, but we now need to make sure we add our other blocks. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to come onto here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. There we go. Then what we want to do, okay, along the edge right here again, is we want to place ourselves some wood like this. Here we go. There we go. Place ourselves some wood. And then what we want to do, okay, is now on the edge right here and over here, we're going to add stairs. And over here, we're going to add the windows. So over here, what we want to do is you want to add ourselves a 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we're going to add is our stairs. So we're going to add our stairs going down 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, like this. And then in the middle right here, we do that. As you guys can see, everything looks pretty amazing so far. Now what we want to do is the area inside here. So this area is kind of built inwards. So what we need to do is we need to add another layer of oak wood. So come across here and add a wood all the way along the edge like this, if we can do that. And then along the edge here, what we're going to do is add 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, basically space for a 2-way door. And then add 1 here and 1 here. Then what we need to do is we need to add ourselves some black stained glass panes and add 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then we basically fill in this wall right here with the glass stained panes like this. Then what we need to do after that is done, we need to get ourselves smooth quartz, and then we need to double up this wall. So this entire wall right here, we need to just double it up, as you guys can see. So we're going to double up this wall 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then along the top, we're going to add a layer of smooth quartz like that. And then along the edge here, we're just going to leave that like that. We're not going to touch that just yet. So far, that is what the back part should look like. So now what we need to do here is we now need to add ourselves the top part of the house, because the top part of the house is something that needs to be done. So let's go ahead and do that right now. When we come to this point right here, we're going to add ourselves 2 blocks, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then what we're going to do right here is we're going to add ourselves another layer of smooth quartz all the way along the back here like this. Then over here in this area, we're going to extend this out to the same length to 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So now we have the perfect foundation to begin building our little front area, not the front area, the top area. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So now what we need to do is we need to build ourselves another final layer of smooth quartz. So along here, we're going to add one more last layer of smooth quartz like this. Going to add this final layer along here. Then what we now need to do is over here, what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves, okay, we're going to count from here, okay, and we're going to make sure that there's 2 space, and in here, we're going to place the doors. So get yourself some doors, okay, so just count from the edge, 1, 2, and then on the third one, we want to place doors right at the edge right here, like that. So as you guys can see, on either side, we're going to place 2 blocks of wood, like that, and then build that to the top, which is 3 blocks, then build it across. So that's what we have there. Then what we want to do is over here on the edge, we want to count with our glass. We want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Actually 5 blocks in total like that. Then what we want to do is you want to build these blocks up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to make sure it's the same height as that. There we go. And then what we want to do is you want to add ourselves our black stained glass like this. There we go. There we go. And then that is the same height as that. There we go. So that is pretty cool. So as you guys can see there, that looks pretty nice and amazing. Then on the edge right here, what we want to do is we want to add ourselves a 1, 2, 3, 4. Then now we want to build this all the way across. So we want to take this from the top here and we want to add 20 blocks, which should cover this all the way. So what we want to do is add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. And that takes us right to the edge. Okay. Now on the edge right here, we're just going to add 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just like that. And then we're just going to build that up. So we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that, as you guys can see right there. So that is how the back should look, and that is how the back is done so far. Then what we want to do is on the edge right here is you want to add glass going all the way into that pillar. And then what we want to do right here is you want to add glass starting here, going all the way around, all the way until we get to this edge right here. We're now going to go ahead and complete this final side right here. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and use our smooth quartz, and we're going to go ahead along at the bottom here, and we're going to just join this up. So we're going to join this all the way up like this. There we go. Then we're going to join this up like this. And we're basically going to keep doing this until we reach this high right here. So just going to keep building up this wall. So now from here to here, we want to join this up, add 2 blocks right there. Then along the top, what we want to do here is on this edge, we want to add ourselves black stained glass panes all the way around the edge right here, just like that. There we go. And then what we want to do along the top from here is we want to add 8 more blocks of smooth quartz. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add this wall along here. So we're going to extend this entire wall out by the same blocks that we just extended this out by. So let's extend it there. Extend this. There we go. And then we're going to extend this just like that, as you guys can see. So currently that is looking pretty good. Now, of course, okay, in this middle area here, okay, what we need to do is we need to add ourselves our smooth quartz. So go along here and fill in this entire middle area, okay, not this area right here, this area, entire area right here with smooth quartz. It should be pretty simple to do. Just fill it in and just go all the way across, filling it in with smooth quartz. I'm going to use my mod to do that, which is welded it, but you guys can just use whichever game mode you're in. So now we're going to go ahead and finish the top part of this house. So what we now need to do is we now need to extend this roof right here. We're going to go ahead and extend this all the way until the same length as this, and then just join it up. So extend this out and these parts to join. Then along the roof here, once again, we're going to fill this all in with smooth quartz. So as you guys can see, that is all now filled in. Now we've got our next steps to do. Our next steps is to go over here on the edge. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to count 7 blocks. Okay. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then on the 8th block, we're going to build across 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Then what we're going to do over here on the edge, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th block, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to join these up like that. And if you can't count on the edge, you can just see that it actually lines up with the front, just like that. So just line it up with this and line that up with this. Now in this middle area here, we're going to fill this all in. There we go. Fill this all in. There we go. Fill this all in. That looks pretty cool. So now what we need to do is the next part. So what we now need to do here is on the edge, on this corner right here, build this all the way down. Then what we're going to do is the same thing over here on the corner, build this all the way down. There we go. Then what we're going to do over here is we are going to build this across. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then what we're going to do is right here, leave 2 spaces, place 2 doors like this. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and then 2 across like that. There we go. And then what we're going to do over here is we're going to just fill this area in. So as you guys can see, it looks pretty symmetrical. So we're actually going to do a very similar pattern. So on the edge, we're going to go inwards 1, place 3 blocks of wood. Then over here, do the exact same like that. Then we're going to get our glass and we're going to actually build this all the way around the edge part of the building. So we're going to build this all the way around the edge of the top like that. And then we're going to go attach it to this wood right here. Then do that. There we go. And then we're going to attach this. And we're just going to basically build this around and attach this to the same wood that we just did. So just basically build this down. Very difficult to do, but it's something that just, yeah. You could use blocks if you really wanted to. It's still going to look the same, but this is just what the design is. What I'm going to do right now is finish off this final part of the design. We're going to go over here and we're going to add ourselves the final pieces of the puzzle. So coming to this edge, in fact, let's actually start over here because this is going to be way easier. So starting on the edge right here, what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves some blocks. So what we want to do, okay, is, in fact, you know what, let's start over here because this is actually easier. Sorry for that, but let's start over here. So we're going to destroy 1, 2, 3, and then place 1, 2, 3 smooth quartz. On the final block, we're going to build all the way up to the top so it joins up like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to basically add ourselves a little mini square in here. So get yourself some grass blocks and add 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And then right down here, okay, we're going to add ourselves a quartz block like this and then build up that wall. There we go. Now what we want to do on the edge right here, we're going to build up 1, 2, 3. And then what we want to do, okay, is we want to, of course, count, okay, and make sure that we go over to this block right here. So as you guys can see, this block right here, we're saying what we want to do is we want to go over to this block right here and count 1, 2, 3 like that. There we go. And then what we want to do is we want to do exactly what we did just there. So come on the inside and then build 1, 2, 3, just like that. Then along the ground, of course, we're going to want to add ourselves some wood. Along the ground here, there we go. And then along the ground here, what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves some wood again. There we go, just like that. Then we're going to add ourselves some glass like this. There we go. We're going to add ourselves some glass like this, and then we're going to add ourselves some glass like this as well. There we go. There we go. Add ourselves some glass like this. So as you guys can see right there, we've added glass in the middle. We've added glass on the outside. And then on this part right here, what we want to do is we want to add ourselves the final bit. So we want to extend this wall back by 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we want to do now is we want to get ourselves our wood, okay? And we want to build across, okay? In fact, we want to just, yeah, we want to build across all the way until the end. And then when we get to the end, we want to knock out 2 blocks. Then we want to just keep building up. Keep building up because this is where the door is going to be. So build up like that. Then add blocks 2 in the middle. Then add some along the floor here, just like this. There we go. Add some along the floor here. Then in the door space, of course, just place the doors, just like that. So as you guys can see, there we have that. There we go. Looking very, very easy to build and very, very simple. So now that that is done, we need to just add the rest of the glass. So add yourself some stained glass paint and build this all the way until it joins up with that, as you guys can see right there. So that is how that should be. And then what we want to do is we want to add ourselves the final finishing touches. So in front of the pool, of course, we want to add ourselves some sunbeds or whatever. So add some quartz stairs on every other block like that. Then add yourself a smooth quartz slab like that, as you guys can see. Then what we want to do, of course, is in the interior, we want to add ourselves the wood. So just go inside and add yourselves the wood going across all the floor. So oak planks, there we go. And as you guys can see, just add yourselves the oak planks. Now, of course, I forgot to tell you guys that right here, of course, is a wall. So we just want to close this off. So just add 4 blocks and 4 blocks here. Just close that off. And of course, we just want to close that off like that. So as you guys can see, you've got plenty of area in this house. And then, of course, if you want to access the upstairs, you just go around the back. You do that. And of course, this area right here was unfinished. So let's finish that now. So this is very, very simple. Just like we did there. Come on the inside, 1, 2, 3. Then what we want to do, get our glass blocks. Then on the edge, build across like this and just make sure it joins up. Then just do the same on the top, build across and just make sure it joins up. Then do the same on the middle. What's going on? There we go. Let's do this on the middle. If I can get this creative mode down. I don't know how I'm so bad at placing glass, but this is part of the game. Wow, I'm actually pretty bad. Very terrible. Yeah, there we go, guys. That is pretty much the final house. Of course, we want to add water in the pool here. And of course, here, what we actually want to do is you want to break this open. So in here, we want to break open 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then what you actually want to do is get yourself some fences, then get yourself some leaves. And then once we get ourselves some fences and leaves, basically want to place some fences here, place some fences there. and basically place some jungle leaves or whatever leaves here. This is basically like a nice little flower area. It's basically just a piece for the design. So just some extra design, something that just looks really nice and modern and gives the house a nice little touch. So that is the final house. There is the house. That's how it looks. Looks pretty decent. If you guys have any troubles, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys